Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Spiritual Insight Show. I'm Reverend Tiffany White, Sage Woman. And those of you who did try to watch the show live today, I apologize. We have a little bit of technical difficulties, but I'm recording it now so that everyone can watch it at their convenience. The topic today is going to be alchemy, and I will get to that in just a few moments. Let me just go ahead and start off with the daily numerology and the an energy forecast type of thing. Because I know that a lot of people, I'm hearing such feedback about how everything is speeding up and increasing, and whether it's time or it's activities and things are wrapping up quickly now that need to be wrapped up. All right, and new exciting adventures are happening to many people, and letting go of things that have blocked us so that we can experience these new and exciting avenues. All right, so if there's a roadblock, or a lot of times, let's be honest, we create these blocks, these blockages, by feeding fear and feeding that we're stuck. No. So this is going to help you, this show with the alchemy, today's show. I also would like to let you know that there's a noise in the background. It's a AC. So I apologize, but it's necessary. I need to have it on. It's very hot and humid today in Connecticut. We had a beautiful thunderstorm this morning, thunder and rainstorm, and it was just so nice. And it was early morning too. So, I love those in the early morning ones where you're laying in bed and you can hear the rain pounding down on your windows and against the windows, and hear the thunder. And of course, though, there's enough white noise between the ACs and the fans that the dogs don't hear it as clearly as they normally would the thunder. And they'd give a little woof, and then they'd go back to sleep. So they're just so cute. So we're all snuggled in bed, and I just lay there and listening, and it's like, oh, it's so nice. And yay, I don't have to go out and water today. Nature took care of that. Because it's like getting up and you want to water as soon as you can in the morning time. Just before the humidity really kicks in and everything just kind of evaporates quickly. So I didn't have to do that today. But it just still seems like I'm going in slow motion, but the day's going with or without me. I know we all have those types of days. So I feel it's very high energy today. So let's do the daily numerology and find out what the number of the day is and the energy behind that. We use the complete date to find out the daily numerology. And in numerology, we take all numbers down to a single digit between 1 and 9. You keep adding until you get down to single digit. So let's use today's date as an example, August 4th, 2015. We all know that August is the 8th month. It's the 4th day. And 2015, when you add it up, is a number 8. 2 plus 0 is still 2. 2 plus 1 is 3, and 3 plus 5 is 8. That's how we get that. All right. So we have 8 plus 4 plus 8 equals 20. And so 20, we have to add that, or I'm sorry, I have to take that down to single digit. 2 plus 0 is 2. 2 is always high vibrational by itself. There's very little energy that we need to apply to the day. It just takes care of itself naturally. All right. It's not a day to start something new, but to finish what you already have started, because it's going to be very successful for you. And if you can, I know it's high energy, but try to take some time off to relax and focus on your personal life and your spiritual well-being. What do you want? Are you on the right path? Are my spiritual needs being met? These are the type of questions that we really need to ask ourselves, and do like this check every once in a while. Okay, so it is a day where we're going to be highly sensitive, so be very careful not to take things personal, and it is a great day to be in harmony with others. All right, as long as you don't take things personal. Right. So it's I love this type of day, even if it aggravates me when I feel like I'm not getting anything done. Just being is enough. And I have to tell you, as I was trying to get ready for the show, the information came in on the topic very fast. But in preparing for the show and the live show, and the guys, slow down. Slow down. You have time. Stop rushing around. I'm like, okay. So then only to find out there's technical difficulties. It's like, well, you could have told me technical difficulties. It's all right. They probably were, but I wasn't listening because I was in, oh my goodness, let's go fast. And they do that to me. They'll slow down. You need to slow down. They don't like when I start to speed up energetically, because it can get, some of us are very powerful. And when we speed up our energy and we're not paying attention to it, it goes off in all directions, and we start shooting off some energy that maybe we don't want. We don't want that powerful energy shot off in certain directions and to certain people, and to, so we just have to be very careful what we're putting out there. And that rushed type of energy, I don't want to share. I want to share healing with everyone. I want to share balanced energy, but definitely not rushed or any type of worry or fearful type of energy. All right, so speaking about numerology, True Psychics Network magazine, TruePsychicsNetwork.com, where you'll find myself and many other talented holistic professionals. This is a great network of all of us. So go there, and there's a wonderful online magazine, and Jane Alton is the UK's #1 numerologist, and we put her daily energy forecast in the magazine as well. And there are many interesting articles, and we also let you know about any upcoming True Psychics Network shows, whether radio or TV. So be sure to check out the whole website, True Psychics Network, because it's very, very interesting. True Psychics Network. And the link should be connected to the video as well for True Psychics Network, and also my personal website, whitesagewoman.com. Now, True Psychics Network also has weekly horoscopes and energy forecasts that's put out every week. It's usually on Mondays. I'm doing them this week, and I got a little behind. Because of doing everything else. It's like, But you know what? It's okay. We have to tell ourselves, we're going to get everything done. And don't put yourself in a box by saying a deadline. Just say, we're going to put everything done. We'll get everything done. And we need to get done just at the right time. Just to the right moment. And you've got to honor that then. Don't. And so you'll find that it really does work. Everything does get done just at the right time. Sometimes it's more than we had ever could plan for. It just all works out. Deep breaths, trust, and move on. So the crystal message for the week is quartz crystal. Ooh, quartz crystal. It is a stone of amplification and clarity. It brings stability and calmness to the mind. Very perfect for today with a high energy day. We need to feel stable and balanced, on high energy days. So that's a wonderful crystal and gemstone message for this week. The spirit power animal message for this week is parakeet. Parakeet. Cute little parakeets. And the parakeets represent these types of characteristics: the ability to change direction, to change direction suddenly, being flexible. Of course, you have to be flexible if you're going to change direction suddenly. Love, trust, assist with goals within the community. Many of us want to help our communities. And what's the goal of our community? What's the goals of us individually, and then expand that into our community. Okay? So love and trust and being flexible, that's definitely a strong message. Remember that storm I was telling you about this morning, when the neighbor's trees actually snapped, and so it's just hanging. They've got to, I'm sure, get that taken care of. So but yeah, I was like, aw, sending blessing to the tree, releasing the tree's essence, giving thanks and gratitude to the tree for being there. All right. So and for its job, what it was doing, because trees really, they're not useless. They're here for a reason. All right, I'm not going to get into that because the show's not about that. Well, it is, but it isn't. But you know. All right. Let me get a sip of some water here. Oh, okay. Alchemy. Many of you have heard alchemy. We have a food alchemist on 2 Seconds Network. We have Jan Bartrup Babbitt, who is an alchemist hypnotherapist. So it's, people hear the word alchemy and they kind of know what it means, and then they kind of don't. But what exactly is alchemy? Why are the obscure symbols and arcane principles of this ancient craft getting so much attention in modern times? How can the knowledge alchemists discovered and share have such a strong influence in so many diverse contemporary areas as psychology, spirituality, the arts, literature, business, filmmaking, gaming, and sciences like medicine and quantum physics? How about let's start with the definition of alchemy, and this is via Google. Alchemy, and this is what many people remember, is or know alchemy as the medieval forerunner of chemistry, based upon the supposed transformation of matter. It was concerned particularly with attempts to convert base metals into gold or to find a universal elixir. This, I'm sure, is like 80% of someone's response if you ask them what is alchemy. But it's so much more than that. The answer to the previous questions that I had asked is found in the universal nature of alchemical practices and operations. Alchemy can be defined most simply as the art of transformation. It is concerned with the underlying principles of how things change and the basis process of transforming one thing into another. I will use the process of making tea as an example. So turning water into steam is alchemy. A dry tea bag submerged into the hot water changes into tea, which is also alchemy. Changes are being made, right? Now, with external alchemy, like changing any metal or lead to gold, or water into steam, this is all very fascinating. I am more intrigued, however, and focused on internal alchemy. Internal. In my archived show, or the last recording that I had, my last recorded show, I discussed the connection of Mary Magdalene, Mother Mary, and Isis. The book, The Magdalene Manuscript by Tom Kenyon and Judy Sion, reveals internal alchemy in great detail. If you would like to have more information on this book, or you need the title and the authors again, please email me or contact me. I'll be happy to share that with you. It's a fantastic book, and I suggest everyone should read it because it helps you to know you better. Just take what you can use and leave the rest, because there is some controversial topics in there that people, if you're not ready for it, you won't be guided to read it. That's all I'm going to say. Alright. All successful alchemies have 3 elements. The first one is a substance to be transformed. You need a substance to be transformed. 2, you need a container to hold the alchemical reaction. And 3, you need energy, don't you? I want you to note here the power of 3. 3. Alright, so in external alchemy, it's like making a cup of tea, or even nuclear fission. Yes, because atomic power is alchemy as well. The containers are pretty obvious. Different containers are required for specific tasks. A teacup, for example, will do quite well for making a cup of tea. However, it would be a very poor container for a nuclear reactor. For that, you would need massive amounts of concrete, lead, and a tremendous quantity of water. So with internal alchemies, the containers are more abstract, as are the goals. The purpose of internal alchemy is to change consciousness, to accelerate one's own personal transformation and evolution. And when I say evolution, I'm not talking about the Big Bang Theory. I'm not talking about evolution in a usual scientific sense, all right? I doubt that anyone will physically sprout wings and fly as a result of practicing internal alchemy. Not in a physical sense. You said it physically. However, the changes brought on by such practices can be so profound that one will feel like they are flying above life and viewing it from a greatly expanded perspective. This gives a whole new meaning to a bird's eye view and to winged creatures, doesn't it? Alright. There is no coincidence that many of the alchemical symbols from around the world involve winged, flying beings, such as the dragons of Daoism, or Horus, the hawk-headed god of Egyptian alchemy, or the Garuda, if I'm saying that correctly, Garuda, Garuda, which is a large bird-like creature or humanoid bird that appears in both Hinduism and Buddhism, to name a few. These are just a few, but every culture seems to have some sort of record of a winged being. In all systems of internal alchemy, the container for the alchemical reaction is awareness itself. In other words, mental focus. As you listen to these words, you are holding them in the container of your awareness, and they are hopefully making sense to you. But if your awareness were to wander, say, to a conversation or something happening in the next room, okay, the container would shift and my words would not register. Even though you might be going through the motions of listening, the words and message would not be impacting you because they were outside the container of your awareness. It is why a lot of people have a hard time in studying. I can't stay focused because there's too many distractions around you. So that what you're reading, or maybe even what you're trying to listen to, you're not focusing on. Alright. Many of you have heard this phrase, energy flows where attention goes. Simply stated, energy follows awareness. Energy follows awareness. In listening to the previous statements, the energy of your attention follows where you put your awareness. If you pay attention to what you are hearing, listening to, or even reading, the words will make an impression in your mind. If, however, you are distracted, the words won't impress your mind, but the words, feelings, or energy of the distraction will. The task of the alchemist is to become aware of and sensitive to the subtle realms that escape most people. The reason for this is that the subtle realm or quantum worlds holds the best types of substances for alchemical transformation. For the most part, the substances in the Newtonian or dense physical world are too gross or too dense to be transformed through the power of alchemical attention. What does that mean? We're too heavy. Energy's too heavy. But the subtle realm, the quantum world, is very receptive to the focus of such attention. In most internal alchemies, the source of energy is usually the energy of consciousness itself. So here's an example of this. Once you become aware of one of your hands for a moment, just shift your attention to it. Look at the hand. Be aware of its position, its weight, the physical sensations in your hand. After a few moments of this, study your lifeline. Really pay attention to your hand. After a few minutes, now suddenly become aware. After doing this for a couple minutes, now shift to the other hand. Which hand has more sensation? Quickly. This one. In other words, which one has more energy? This one. It's the hand you originally were giving your awareness or attention to. For most people, the hand that has been focused on will have more sensation. This is because energy follows awareness. The alchemical container of awareness was focused on a particular hand, and this resulted in an increase of perceived energy to the hand. The neurological reasons for this is quite complex, but the practice of holding attention for awareness is quite simple, and we do it every day without even realizing it. Sometimes the energy of the breath is used to power an alchemical reaction. Deep breaths. You've heard of this, right? The deep breathing. At times, an external energy source such as the sun, ceremonial fire, the moon, water, or air, any of these types of energy sources are used. External energy source. In the use of external energies to drive an alchemical reaction, the alchemist might focus on a flame while holding within the container of awareness the substance to be transformed. Or the energy of the sun or moon, especially a full moon, might be used to power an internal alchemical reaction in the same way. The art of internal alchemy is to hold all three elements of substance, energy, and container together long enough for an alchemical reaction to occur. And the discipline required of an alchemist to accomplish such a task can be considerable. All alchemists, regardless of their lineage, must attend to these three elements: the container, the substance, and energy. Each tradition offers its own particular ways to strengthen the alchemical container. And by practicing the methods for strengthening the chemical of awareness, the alchemist can hold together ever increasingly intense alchemical reactions. We live in the physical, Newtonian, and quantum universes simultaneously at the same time. The last show I did talk about a hologram, it being described as a hologram. Our bodies are rarely in the Newtonian world. Call them our earth suits. Our bodies are earth suits because the energy is so thick here. We need something to hold us here. But if we are to enter the atomic and subatomic levels of our bodies, we're in a different world altogether. The minuscule particles that compromise our bodies are not bound by the laws of Newtonian physics. They are indeed bound by quantum mechanics. What do you mean, Tiffany? Without getting too much into physics, and some of you, your eyes might roll if that's not your thing. I'll try to explain this as simply as possible. Alright. And what you might ask determines if something that's bound by Newtonian laws are the laws of quantum mechanics. Size. Think about that. Size. Objects larger than 1/1000th of an inch obeys the laws of Newtonian mechanics. With gravity, right? This is because they have enough mass, density, or weight to have gravitational fields. However, objects less than 1/1000th of an inch follow a different drummer. This is because their density or mass is too small to create a gravitational field of any consequence. So our spiritual bodies, our Ka bodies, our spiritual twin exists within this realm. When I say spiritual twin, I'm not talking about twin flame. I'm talking about the other part of us. And this is where you need to probably watch my show, my last show, and then also highly recommend you read the book that I talked about last week, the Magdalene Manuscript, and it talks about the alchemies of Horus, and the sexual magic of Isis. Yes, sex is not bad. It's actually very sacred. Okay, and just I'm not gonna get sidetracked and repeat what I talked about last week. So, just check it out, or just check out, explore, Google Ka body, Ka, Ka body. What's the Ka body? Right? There's many spiritual teachers and master teachers who have talked about this. So explore that, what the Ka body is, and that this is what we need to strengthen. This is the whole purpose of the meditation, we're strengthening our true source, our energy field, our light. Okay. All right. The concept of intention. Oh, I'm sorry, I think I skipped a line. It's talking about our Ka body. All right. So our Ka body, our spiritual twin, exists within this realm. The quantum world, since the Ka is primarily light energy, it has very little mass. So it exists in the quantum world. The Ka body is itself in the quantum realm, and as such is easily affected by the intentionality of the alchemist. Intention. The concept of attention is critical to both quantum physics and internal alchemy. Indeed, we will find that it is through the agency of both mental attention and personal will, or intention, free will, intention, that the alchemist is able to affect specific quantum events within his or her own body and mind. Our thoughts exist in the quantum reality. The neurological events responsible for thought, such as the jumping of neurotransmitters across the synaptic gap, are clearly in the quantum world. And it is this strange quirk in our neurology that affords us the possibility of affecting quantum events within our own bodies and minds. What do I mean by that statement? You and I can have an effect on our own psychology through mere mental attention. Psychology. I think I said that wrong. Let me go back. You and I can have an effect on our own, but you get the idea. Psychology through our mental attention. This is one of the reasons that internal alchemists are so effective. Our bodies and minds are intimately connected. They are, in a very real way, two sides of the same coin. And research verifying the interconnectedness of body and mind is flooding scientific journals all over the world. Another sip here. I hope you are staying hydrated. It's always good to stay hydrated, no matter what the weather is. Alright. So a relatively new field in medicine is in an area called, this is really long words, here we go. It's called psychoneuroimmunology. Psychoneuroimmunology. It's a big word, but it basically means how our thoughts and emotions affect our psychology and specifically our immune systems. We really do have the alchemical tools to assist our bodies with its healing. Yes! This is what every holistic professional is trying to help you become aware of. You have the tools. The powers of consciousness naturally unfold as one continues along the path to spiritual development. There are many well-documented cases of Buddhist, Christian, Islamic, Jewish, Taoists, saints, and mystics who have attained these states. In addition, it is well known among indigenous cultures that shamans often exhibit such powers as well. So when you daydream, when we dream, when we astral travel, we're taking off into the quantum world, that quantum field. This is where we are going, and it's so very beautiful. Many of us, the very experienced astral travelers, can ask to see their body laying wherever it is that they left it, laying or sitting where they left it, and seeing where they are in the astral or quantum field. You're seeing both at the same time. Wouldn't that appear to be a hologram? That would seem to be holographic, wouldn't it? So it's and we can see our light bodies, our ka bodies, because that's what we're tapping into and using when we daydream and when we astral travel. And so we need to strengthen this. This really helps us to go through the transformation of death and rebirth. It really helps. I've had some people ask about loved ones when they cross over, and if they haven't strengthened their ka bodies, and usually people, they're going through healing right now. Angels are putting them, the healing angels are giving them healing. They're healing the ka body is what they're doing, because the ka body didn't get enough attention in the physical realm because they're so distracted by all the physical activities of doing what you have to do, just to survive here. So, we should always know and consider that we're so much more than these temporary physical earth bodies. And we have to look outside of ourselves. We have to look beyond our eyes. The other day when I was watering outside, I thought, how interesting, we practice alchemical activities every day without even realizing it. And watering the grass, and I'm giving a blessing at the same time in the watering, because I want it to stay hydrated, and I'm helping heal the earth, and giving back that love. All right. That's what I'm giving you back the love, and the protection that you give to us all. You allow all of us to live on the earth plane. So I'm very grateful for Earth and for the nature, for nature spirits. And there's so many helpers, so many guides that you just really need to get outside and see them, who they really are, through your third eye. You're not going to see them in the physical sense, with your physical eyes. Some of you can, that's great, but you're really looking through your third eye, all right? This is how you're seeing. You're seeing everything. Some people can see at the same time physical and quantum. I have to tell you, oh, I want to do that. Be careful what you wish for, because it can be very confusing. All right. So, and distracting, and you can actually hurt yourself physically. All right. So this is why people say, oh, grounding might be overrated, but we have to make sure that we are anchored in a way, that we are trying to use it as simply as possible. All right. That we have to honor the gravitational pull, so to speak. Let's keep our feet rooted into the earth. And all that grounding is now, staying in the now. Thank you. I was looking for a shortcut, waiting for the guides to respond. Okay, staying in the now is grounding. Stay in the now. That's all it is. Stay right here. And we say anchor down so that you don't take off. Right? And where do we take off to? We take off to so many different places. To the future, to the past. Where are we going? We need to stay right here, right now. Because we have to focus on that intention. Don't give energy to something that's already happened in the past and worry about something that hasn't happened yet. You're giving energy to worry. You want that to manifest? And then when it does, you go, I knew it. No, you manifested it. That's what you did. You created that to happen. And just as you created something to happen that you didn't want, though, you can create something that you do want. And many, many more people are doing this on a daily basis. They are discovering that they are powerful alchemists, and they're making things happen. Do you know you're stepping into your power? And as we step into our divine power, this scares the crap out of those that are in control on this earth plane. They're losing it, and they know it. The times have come. So many things have repeated long enough. And in this lifetime, I know we will see strong changes. Strong changes. We're going to see some really good things. Are finally, in the energetic, in the quantum field, it has changed. And I keep telling people this: when you go into meditation, you ask to see the light workers, ask to see the grid, and let me tell you, more and more lights are going off. More and more people are getting it. And look at the whole picture. Look at everything. Okay, some of you who can watch the news or look at what's going on around the world, that's fine, but that's not all there is to it. That's not all there is. If it was, who the hell would come back into their bodies? Who would reincarnate? I wouldn't. We're not here to keep repeating. We're here to stop and to make a change for all of humanity. And we are going to be successful with this. We are making a difference already. All right, we really are. And so, balance. Stay balanced in that. Stay very balanced, because I always see, the two spectrums, two extremes. People that are way too positive, and the people that are too much conspiracy theorists, or, now I have to say though, some conspiracy theorists are balanced, but they shouldn't call themselves conspiracy theorists. The reason they do is because the divine truth has been a conspiracy for so long. But not really. I want you to stop and think about this. And as far as time is concerned, patriarchal rule has been for over 2,000 years. Life on earth is so much longer than that. We remember, most of us remember beyond 2,000 years. We remember when things were not in matriarchal rule, but were balanced. All right, and bringing it all back into that balance. So wonderful. So thank you, everyone, who have tuned in to watch the show. I'm very grateful. I've been getting a lot of feedback on the shows. You are enjoying it and getting more show topics. People that would like to have topics explored. So if you have any topics that you're kind of interested in, please do email me. I would absolutely love that. Oh, and I just wanted to, one of my readers, one of my beautiful, and I hate to call people clients or students, or just one of my spiritual equals, had suggested that I read a book. Or a couple of books, actually. And I haven't seen the DVD. There's a DVD as well. And I am getting that. Or I already have the DVD. I just need to watch it. But it's, let's see. Let's see where he is from. But he is definitely, this author here, he lived a while ago. He already crossed over. But, and I know I'm going to butcher his name, and I'm so sorry for this. Alright. Itzhak Bintov, Stalking the Wild Pendulum. The Mechanics of Consciousness. It's a good read. I'll tell you, it's very heavy in physics. So, because when it's too scientific, I'm like nodding off. But my guides are like, just stay awake, pinpoint specific, here's things we want you to highlight. He talked about the hologram, and put it into very simplistic form. I like him because he does try to take physics and simplify it. And then his other book, The Brief Tour of Higher Consciousness. So thank you for recommending these books. They really, I always am welcome and expanding our awareness by reading, communicating, and chatting with other holistic professionals, constantly learning, because we are always learning. We're never done. All right. So in that sharing is so very beautiful. So thank you, everyone, for sitting in Sacred Circle with me and sharing the beautiful energies. And everyone that watches, we are sitting in a beautiful, beautiful circle. And may the obstacles to your flight be few, and the blessings along your journey be many.